Let's talk about deadlocks. A deadlock is a critical problem in operating systems where processes are unable to proceed because each is waiting for resources held by another. Imagine two processes, A and B, each needing a resource held by the other. This creates a standstill known as a deadlock. So, what exactly is a deadlock? Formally, a deadlock is a situation in which two or more processes are unable to proceed because each is waiting for resources held by another process in the set. It is a permanent blocking state where no process can continue execution and system resources remain unused. Think of a four-way intersection with no traffic signals where each car wants to go straight but must wait for the car to its right to move first. All cars are blocked indefinitely, a perfect deadlock situation. For a deadlock to occur, four conditions must be present simultaneously. Number 1. Mutual exclusion. At least one resource must be held in a non-shareable mode, meaning only one process can use the resource at a time. Number 2. Hold and wait. A process must be holding at least one resource while waiting to acquire additional resources held by other processes. Number 3. No preemption. Resources cannot be forcibly taken away from a process. They must be explicitly released by the process holding them. Number 4. Circular wait. A circular chain of processes exists, where each process holds resources needed by the next process in the chain. A resource allocation graph is a directed graph that depicts the state of a system in terms of processes and resources. Circles represent processes. Squares represent resources. Arrows show resource requests and allocations. If the graph contains a cycle, a deadlock may exist. The graph displays the request edge and the assignment edge. When process requests a resource, request edge comes into picture. When a resource is assigned, the assignment edge comes into picture. Let's explore some classic deadlock examples. First is the Dining Philosophers Problem. 5 philosophers sit at a round table with 5 forks. Each philosopher needs 2 forks to eat. If each philosopher picks up one fork and waits for another, a deadlock occurs. The code snippet displays the algorithm to avoid the deadlock. Second example is database deadlock. 2 transactions need exclusive locks on 2 records. If each transaction acquires one lock and waits for the other, a deadlock occurs. The code snippet displays the database deadlock scenario. Here are some more deadlock examples. First, multi-threaded programming. 2 threads each need 2 locks but acquire them in opposite order, creating a potential deadlock. If thread 1 locks A then waits for B, while thread 2 locks B then waits for A, deadlock occurs. The code snippet displays the multi-threaded programming scenario. Second example is operating system resources. Processes requesting multiple system resources can create deadlocks if allocation is not managed properly. Neither process can proceed, and resources remain unused. The code snippet displays the operating system deadlock scenario. Now let's discuss the strategies for handling deadlocks. There are 4 main approaches to deal with deadlocks in operating systems. Number 1. Deadlock prevention. Ensure that at least one of the necessary conditions for deadlock cannot occur. For example, force processes to request all resources at once, eliminating the hold and wait condition. Number 2. Deadlock avoidance. Dynamically examine resource allocation requests to ensure the system never enters an unsafe state. For example, Banker's algorithm ensures resources are allocated only if the resulting state is safe. Number 3. Deadlock detection. Allow deadlocks to occur, but implement a detection algorithm and recovery mechanism. For example, periodically check for cycles in the resource allocation graph and recover if found. Number 4. Deadlock ignorance. Pretend deadlocks never occur in the system and let users deal with them. Many operating systems, including Linux and Windows, take this approach for general system resources. Let us discuss some deadlock prevention techniques. First technique is eliminating mutual exclusion by making resources shareable. Use resources that can be shared among multiple processes, such as read-only files or spooled printers. The pro of this method is it eliminates contention for resources. The con is it is not applicable to many resources that inherently require exclusive access. Second technique is eliminating hold and wait by requesting all resources at once. Require processes to request all needed resources before execution begins, or release all resources before requesting new ones. The pro of this method is it is simple to implement. The con is there is low resource utilization. Processes may not know all needed resources in advance. Third technique is allowing preemption. If a process holding resources is denied a new request, it must release its held resources and request them again along with the new resource. The pro of this method is it prevents indefinite waiting. The con is it is not applicable to resources that cannot be easily saved and restored like printers. Fourth technique is preventing circular wait by imposing a resource ordering. Assign a global ordering to all resource types and require processes to request resources in increasing order of enumeration. The pro of this method is it is relatively easy to implement, good resource utilization. The con is it requires advanced knowledge of resource usage patterns, may be difficult to define optimal ordering. Banker's algorithm is a resource allocation and deadlock avoidance algorithm developed by Esker Dijkstra that tests for safety by simulating the allocation of maximum possible resources to processes. It ensures the system never enters an unsafe state where deadlock could occur. It is named Banker's algorithm because it mimics how a banker would never loan out all available cash to satisfy maximum needs. Key terms include available resources, maximum need, allocated resources, need matrix, and safe state. Here are the algorithm steps. Number 1. Initialize the system with available resources, maximum needs, and current allocations. Number 2. Calculate the need matrix. Need of ij equals max of I, j minus allocation of ij. Number 3. Find a process whose resource needs can be satisfied with available resources. Number 4. Assume this process runs to completion and releases all resources. Number 5. Add the released resources to the available pool. Number 6. Repeat steps 3 to 5 for all processes. Number 7. If all processes can complete, the state is safe. Otherwise, it's unsafe. Here is a summary of deadlock concepts. A deadlock occurs when processes are permanently blocked waiting for resources held by each other. There are 4 necessary conditions: mutual exclusion, hold and wait, no preemption, and circular wait. Resource allocation graphs help visualize and detect potential deadlocks in the system. Common examples include Dining Philosophers, database transactions, and multi-threaded programs. The strategies are prevention, avoidance, detection and recovery, or ignorance. Banker's algorithm is a key deadlock avoidance technique that ensures system safety. Understanding deadlocks is crucial for designing robust operating systems and concurrent applications. By recognizing the conditions that lead to deadlocks and implementing appropriate prevention or handling strategies, we can build more reliable and efficient systems. Preventing deadlocks often involves trade-offs between system utilization, performance, and complexity. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.